Have you ever received a message so disturbing, so unbelievable, that your whole world suddenly paused? This is Peter's story. A quiet young man with dreams of love, marriage, and a simple happy life, until a single text shattered his entire reality. It all began on an ordinary Tuesday morning. Peter had a major strategy meeting with his boss, one of those high-level meetings where phones had to be completely off. The kind where silence was golden, and distractions were cardinal sin. He had promised to call Rose, his fiancée, before noon. She was the love of his life. In fact, they were planning their wedding for the end of November. It was her birthday just 3 days ago, and they'd celebrated it with joy, laughter, and shared dreams for the future. They, as expected of lovers, had a good time together thereafter. But as he turned his phone back on after the meeting, he noticed the time. 12:37 p.m. Damn. I'm late, he muttered, scrolling immediately to her name. He dialed. No response. Strange. He dialed again. Still no answer. Maybe she's in the shower or stepped out, he thought, unconcerned at first. But then he sent her a quick text. Hey birthday girl. Sorry for the delay. Meeting just ended. Can't wait to see you tonight. Love you. He leaned back in his office chair, looking at his phone screen, waiting for the typing bubbles to appear. Nothing. Then a message came in. But it wasn't from Rose. It was from her father. Peter blinked. That was odd. Mr. Daniels really texted. He was a formal man, strict, old school. Peter opened the message. Peter, it is with a heavy heart that I inform you that Rose passed away in a tragic road accident last week. Her burial is in 2 days. We thought it best you were informed now. We understand if you can't attend. The phone almost slipped from his hand. What? He stared at the message, his heart pounding so hard he could hear it thumping in his ears. His fingers trembled as he reread it. Once. Twice. 3 times. Friends, let us consider this situation for a second. If you were to be in Peter's shoes at this point in time, what would you have done? As for Peter, he simply thought for a moment and decided that something is simply not aligning here. No, this has to be a mistake. He checked the sender again. It was her father's number. No doubt about it. Sweat broke out on his forehead. His vision blurred for a second. Rose, dead? A week ago? No. That's not possible. Peter stood up slowly, mind spinning. He had just spent the weekend with her. She came over to his place for her birthday, as planned. They cooked together, watched movies, even went out to a restaurant yesterday. There was a party with friends, laughter, selfies. She even spoke with him this morning before he left for work. How could she be? Is it possible that the coffee he drank at the office meeting contained something other than just coffee? But if so, are there other workers feeling the same way right now? A knock. A voice. Peter. Are you okay? Peter turned around. His boss, Mr. Gregory, was standing at the door, concern etched across his face. I've been calling you, his boss continued. You were just staring. Are you feeling all right? Peter opened his mouth but nothing came out. Sit down, his boss said, walking into the room. You look like you've seen a ghost. Peter sat slowly, his voice shaking. Sir. I think I have. But could that be true? Rose, a ghost? But how? Is it possible for him to have had good times with a ghost? Even in bed? Harbor. He explained everything. The missed call. The message. The impossible reality. And the most terrifying part, that the woman who had been living in his house for the past 3 days might not be who he thought she was. Mr. Gregory listened quietly, his expression unreadable. When Peter finished, his boss leaned forward. "Peter, I want you to take the day off. Actually, take the week off. I don't know what's happening here, but you need to go home. You need to find out what's real and what isn't." Peter nodded silently, gathered his things, and left the office. But something still did not sound right. Is his boss simply being human, or is he thinking that there is something mentally wrong with him for once? Friends, what would you have done at this time if you were to be in Mr. Peter's shoes? Would you have feared for your job or be afraid to go to a home that seems no longer that homely as you approach it? The drive home was a blur. His mind raced with questions. Was the message real? Could this be some sick joke? Maybe someone hacked Mr. Daniel's number? Or was he losing his mind? When he arrived home, the apartment was strangely quiet. No scent of Rose's perfume. No soft hum of her humming from the kitchen. No laughter. "Rose," he called. Silence. He stepped in further. "Rose." Still nothing. He moved to the bedroom. His heart skipped. The bed was made. Everything was in place. But her handbag, the one she never went anywhere without, was gone. So were her sneakers. The phone charger she always left plugged beside the bed, missing. Had she left? He walked through the apartment, checking every corner, every drawer. Then he saw it. On the dining table sat a small envelope. His name written on it in Rose's handwriting. With trembling fingers, he opened it. Inside was a note. "Peter, I'm sorry for everything. You were never supposed to find out this way. Forgive me. Rose." What does this mean?" he whispered. Suddenly, his phone buzzed again. If you were to be in Mr. Peter's shoes at this point in time, would you have picked up that phone? Would you have decided to even check what it has to offer at this point in time? Another message. This time from a private number. "Stop digging. Let the dead rest. Or you'll join them." Peter's hands dropped. The phone clattered to the floor. His instinct screamed, this was no joke. He ran to the front door. Locked it. Double-checked the windows. Who was watching him? Who sent the message? Was Rose even real? Was she alive? Or had he been living with something else? Suddenly, a memory hit him like a freight train. The mirror. What is or was wrong with the mirror? 2 nights ago, after dinner, Rose had passed in front of the hallway mirror, and there was no reflection. He thought he had imagined it. Maybe the lighting. Or exhaustion. But now, he remembered another detail. Her cold hands at night. Ice cold. Her tendency to avoid daylight. And the strange way his dog had barked uncontrollably the first night she entered the apartment. He had brushed it all off. But now it all came rushing back like waves crashing onto his sanity. Who, or what, had he been sharing his home with? Then his phone buzzed again. This time, a video. It was a recording from a CCTV camera, one from the restaurant they had dined at yesterday. Peter watched in horror. In the video, he was sitting alone. Laughing. Talking. Smiling. With no one across the table. No one. He checked the timestamp. It was the exact moment they had been celebrating. But he was alone. The image shook in his hand. Suddenly, the lights in his apartment flickered. Once. Twice. Then went out completely. His heart raced. A whisper echoed through the dark. Peter. He spun around. Peter. The voice was familiar. Soft. Loving. "Rose," he whispered. But there was no one. Then he saw it. A figure in the corner. The silhouette of a woman, just standing there. He could barely breathe. "Who are you and why are you here?" he asked, his voice trembling. She stepped forward. The face, it was hers. The smile, just as he remembered. But her eyes, empty. Hollow. "You weren't supposed to know," she whispered. "What are you?" Peter cried. Her smile faded. "I just wanted one last birthday," she said softly. "With you." Tears welled in Peter's eyes. "Then why, the threats? The messages?" She tilted her head. "I didn't send those," she said. "They're coming for me. They don't like that I stayed." Then she looked at the window. "They're here." Peter turned. Lights flickered again. A loud, high-pitched hum filled the air. When he turned back, she was gone. The apartment was empty. Only the letter on the table remained. And the cold, the unmistakable chill of something unnatural having visited. Peter didn't sleep that night. He didn't go to the burial. And he never saw Rose again. But sometimes, when the lights flicker in his home, and the scent of her perfume lingers for just a moment in the air, he knows. She came back. If only for a while. If this story gripped your heart, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This encourages us to work hard to bring you even more thrilling and educative stories as often as possible. Please do us a favor by leaving comments below regarding what you think about this video and what other types of content you think we should produce on this channel for your consumption. Thanks for visiting the Myths and Stories from Africa channel.